you find yourself in a place and you're looking at your life and looking at your work and you're going, this is not what I pictured, but this is good. Okay, I can take this. I can call this success. My name's Roger Jaeger. I am a folk Americana artist based here in Redding, California. I've been playing music for 27 years. Had a band in high school and just kept rolling ever since. Haven't stopped, can't stop. I spent about 8 years in Nashville. I moved to Nashville at 27 to really pursue music. Loved it. Got to do things I never would have done had I not gone. I think the dream for most musicians is always to do your own music. I think a lot of us feel as though we've gotten stuck in this rut where we're doing covers because, hey, I get paid to go play for 3 hours, and it's not bad. You get asked, what does success mean to you? Does it mean you sold 1 million records? Does it mean you got 1 million streams on your song? Does it mean you made 100 grand this year doing music? And sometimes artists don't know that answer. We grow up too, like boys grow up asking like, well, am I a man yet? What is it that makes a man? When do I become a man? Is a man somebody who's married? Is a man somebody who has lots of muscles and can beat somebody up? Is a man somebody who has children? And so we keep asking those questions, and we get to our 20s, we get to our 30s, and we don't always have some of those markers, and so we're going, am I a man yet? I still feel like a boy. What makes a man? I started writing my song Roosevelt in the redwood forest over close to the coast in Humboldt. I drove over there one weekend with the intention of taking some quiet time, and I read a book. It was a biography on Teddy Roosevelt, 700 something pages long. I started reading it. I was so inspired by him and how he was tenacious and fought and kept going. His first wife and his mom died on the same day, just a few days after his daughter was born. So this is a guy that experienced such tragedy and loss, but he was an outdoorsman and he was tough, and as a kid he was scrawny and sickly and had issues with his lungs, but his father encouraged him to work out basically and make himself stronger. I guess in some ways I want to be like Teddy Roosevelt and to have that same tenacity. My life has its pain points, it has its issues. In the song you've got the examples of family members where there are some issues, and then the question is, well, how am I going to choose to act in the face of those things? And what would Teddy Roosevelt do? I moved to Redding in 2020. I had started dating a girl who lived here, and we'd been dating 9 months. The relationship hit that point where we were going, well, what now? We can't keep doing long distance. And so I decided to give Redding a shot. Moved out here. It didn't work out with that girl, but I met my now wife, and so it worked out in another way. I love being surrounded by mountains on 3 sides. I love that there's waterfalls within an hour or so drive. Bernie Falls and McCloud Falls are a couple of my favorites. I love hiking. The town lends itself really well to those kind of things because it's within reach. You can drive 30 minutes in 3 different directions and you're in mountains. I would love to see Redding be a place, one, that fosters original songwriters really well. I would love it to be a place where songwriters can play their own stuff, feel like they have a stage, feel appreciated. And I would also love to see Redding be a must stop for bands coming through. We're right on I-5. Why couldn't Redding be the cool city you stop and play in? You have to give back to the next generation that's coming. So when I encounter artists that are trying to figure it out, then I'm always willing to sit with somebody and talk with them through what they're dreaming about or where they want to be. I love seeing people come alive in their songwriting. I love offering that for people to kind of help them build some confidence and help get them in front of a crowd. One thing that's fun about music is it will take you to the richest of the rich and the poorest of the poor. So I can go play a dive bar in Shasta Lake, and then I also get hired to go play private gigs in rich people's backyards. It's pretty cool because I feel like I fit in both worlds because music can do that. And I had another lady, I often end my set with Take Me Home Country Roads by John Denver, and this other lady came up to me in tears saying, that was my husband's favorite song and I know he would have loved it, and he's been gone for such a long time, but I know he would have loved that song. So I've gotten to see that side of Redding. So Allie and I got married in 2025, and at the age of 40, I now have a baby girl. Her name is Josie. She's delightful. People would ask me after Josie was born how I feel. I would have little moments where I'd just be holding her and my phone was here, but I'm like, wow, this baby's more interesting than this phone or anything on it. Like this is what I care about in this moment. When I wrote Roosevelt, I wasn't married and I didn't have kids, and now it's 3 years later and I am married and I have kids. So it's like, okay, some of those things aren't true anymore. What if success is you're glad you've done what you've done and you've also experienced pain getting there? What if that's enough? This is not what I pictured, but this is good. Okay, I can take this. I can call this success.